Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and we're going to talk about Robyn Lively Talks Cry Kid Part 3 Frustrations and revisiting Jessica Andrews in Cobra Kai. I gotta say, and this will be spoilers, so you don't want spoilers for Cobra Kai 6, get the fuck out of here and then come back in after you watch this. After you watch Cobra Kai. Seeing Jessica Andrews return, the character was so amazing because I watched all of the Karate Kids films, the 4 that are canon to Cobra Kai and the reboot that we should not talk about, and just seeing that character Jessica Andrews make a return in the show, even though it was a cameo, was perfect. It was great. Still wanting Julie Pierce to make a cameo in Cobra Kai Season 6. Let's make that hashtag happen. Julie, Cobra Kai Season 6. Let's make that hashtag happen on Twitter. Anywho, point being, I kicked out. So all 5 seasons of Cobra Kai are now streaming on Netflix. Warning, this post contains spoilers for Season 5 of Cobra Kai, so you've been warned. Robyn Lively, who was ready to catch up with her character from Karate Kid Part 3, and knew it would just be a matter of time before she would get the chance in Cobra Kai. Although she had been in the industry for years, most like her siblings, prior to being cast as Jessica Andrews in the 1980 film, the actress calls the experience a career highlight. In the final installment of the Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita trilogy, Lively's Jessica worked on the pottery shop across the street from the bonsai business started by Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi. Jessica was originally written to be a romantic interest for Daniel, following the formula of the prior 2 hit films in the series. But the story goes that Ralph Macchio was uncomfortable with the age difference between himself, being 28 at the time, and Lively being 18 at the time, so the script was changed for the pair to be just friends. In Cobra Kai, Jessica reappears 35 years later in Season 5, and it is revealed to be the cousin of Daniel's wife, Samantha. Samantha and Jessica reconnect when Samantha visits her mother in Ohio and amid a fight with Daniel. Jessica returns comes with 2 Easter eggs from Karate Kid Part 3. A mac and cheese reference, and Elizabeth and Ronnie, who off-screen in the film, show Jessica's boyfriend. Ooh, okay. In Cobra Kai, Sonny, Marbury has a cameo as Elizabeth. In an interview with People, Lively pulls the curtain back on her return to the franchise and spill on some frustrations felt making Part 3, the least popular of the 3 of the critics and fans. She also explained how fulfilling it was to get another shot at playing Jessica, but this time was far more upbeat environment for the People Netflix series. And there's going to be some dialogue. So, it's the questions asked: why are you surprised when you got the? Were you surprised when you got the call to join Cobra Kai, and did you assume by this point it was a matter of time? Lively said, "I definitely assumed it was a matter of time, and I was anxiously awaiting the call. So when I came in, I was super excited, as you can imagine." And now the next question is, how was it getting a second bite at the apple with Jessica and examining her life since Part 3 in 1989? It was so wonderful, I can't tell you. When I got the script, I couldn't imagine how they were going to integrate Jessica into Cobra Kai's universe. And hats off to the creators for coming up with the ingenious way to weave her into the universe by being part of the LaRusso family. It's beyond anything I could have imagined, and I just think they are absolutely hit they absolutely hit this one out of the park, and they could not have come up with a better story for her, in my opinion. And then the question is, Karate Kid diehards didn't miss the mac and cheese lines or Elizabeth and Ronnie Easter egg. That must have been a kick for you to have those included in there. Yeah, so she said, so if you didn't recognize Jessica at the door, you're definitely going to know it's her when she says she's got 10 pounds of mac and cheese. And then she scrapes with, and then the scraps with Elizabeth and Ronnie. And then next question is, I think it was clear by this point that the series is so popular because it perfectly blends nostalgia with new story. What was it like for you to be part of this as a legacy character? To be part of the Karate Kid franchise in Part 3 was an absolute career highlight. I was a huge fan of the films and now of Cobra Kai. I've known Billy, parentheses Sabak, for many years. For more years than I can count Ralph. Ralph, I haven't seen him since I was 20, and I absolutely adore him. The rest of the cast was so delightful and professional and kind of everything that you hoped they would be, and then some. Speaking of Part 3, how do you feel about the film? Ralph has been honest with his frustrations over it, but when I spoke with Sean Kennan and Thomas Ian Griffith, they both told me that the film was special since it was their big break, but sympathized with Ralph's disappointment. I didn't even know Ralph had disappointments with the third film. Okay. But she says, I have to say, I probably sit right there with Thomas and Sean sit because, again, for me, it was an absolute career highlight. I did sense the frustration on set as we were filming. We didn't have a complete script. There were a lot of changes coming at us daily, and those are difficult circumstances to work under. And coming off the original and Part 2, which were so successful and so fantastic, I'm sure they had high expectations, so I definitely sensed it. But Ralph was very professional and kind and warm and lovely to work with. So I didn't even know that they had changed the script multiple times for Part 3. Okay, that's interesting to know. In my research, I have read that Jessica was to be the love interest, but given the age difference between you and Ralph, that was changed when he expressed his discomfort. Can you shine any light as Nemo makes his cameo? Because you are a attention seeker, aren't you? Yes, you are. Come here. Jump good. Now he's sad. Love you, Nemo. So it says, absolutely. I don't remember exactly how we were written, but I just know that there were some rewrites, and we ended up being friends. I don't really know the specifics of why. I can't imagine it was the age difference. I don't know what Ralph's involvement was, but there was a significant age gap, so that probably was it. And then finally, my favorite question to ask anyone who knew him: Do you have a Pat Morita memory you don't mind sharing? Pat Morita was Mr. Miyagi. For those of you who doesn't know, do you know that? I don't think Nemo knew that. You didn't know he was Mr. Miyagi? Now you do, Nemo. So she answers, Pat was everything that you had hoped he would be. He was funny, charming, and delightful. I went to junior high with his daughter, which I didn't even realize until he was like, you go to school with my daughter. I didn't have a lot of screen time with him or spend much time with him, but the little time I did, I did get spent with was absolutely wonderful. That was wonderful, wasn't it, Nemo? And then, yeah, then they pretty much reiterate that all 5 seasons of Cobra Kai are now on Netflix. So this was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dialogue. This People's article has a very interesting way of doing things, and I dig it. I how can I word this? I enjoyed I did enjoy all 4 Karate Kid movies, and I did enjoy her cameo. Like I said, I was not aware that there were frustrations on set, to be honest, and that is very, very interesting to know. Very, very interesting. I'm hoping, we'll get a Cobra Kai season 6, and I can give you guys my theories or what my wishes are for season 6 to be in another video. But just seeing Robyn Lively again as Jessica Andrews was great. I didn't even know that they were supposed to be love interests at first. I kind of expected that when it going to Cobra Kai, not Cobra Kai, Karate Kid Part 3, because like I said in the title, the first 2 films had Daniel LaRusso having love interest, and I do believe, and then this one they didn't. So, but I think what they did was beautiful, integrating, in terms of bringing her onto the show, like she said, integrating her as part of the LaRusso family in a way, her being cousins-in-law with Daniel. Thought that was perfect. How they wrote her in, how they wrote Jessica Anderson was great. It was perfect. Got me nerdy now, especially when I put 2 and 2 together. Felt dumb because I didn't realize that was her until the flashbacks. I mean, and again, I think I was binge watching. It was very late, but I certainly felt bad for not recognizing her at first. But it was great. It was great seeing Jessica Andrews again in the whole Cobra Kai first, if you want to call it that. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and I'll talk to you guys later.